French Polishers and the Garrison Coffee Company. And of course, all our friends at Obsessity Blues, PTSD UK Charity, and every other good cause that we give to throughout the year. There are probably, no, wrong word, there are more important things going on in the world tonight, aside of football. And what we've witnessed over the last few days is just abhorrent that in 2022, 80 years after the First World War, Ukraine has been invaded by Russia. And I don't need to tell you about it because you've all seen it on the news. But just to let everybody know, we stand with Ukraine tonight, united, together, and we will help and support you in any way we possibly can. Now, maybe we'll just raise a few quid and get it sent out. You know, it will do somebody some good somewhere. But to see what is actually going on in that country has just churned my belly to the core, and I'm sure everybody else's as well. A young 13-year-old girl and a family getting massacred. That man in his car being run over by a tank. These are abhorrent scenes, and they must be stopped. However, this is the Tilton Talk Show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to welcome tonight the one and only Mr. Boylesports-Garrison.
Good evening, all.
And Chairman of the Board, Alan Watton. Watto.
Good evening from the sunny south coast. It's been glorious today.
Sorry, Nick.
Ollie is in the studio, isn't he?
He's in the
hello.
Who?
He's there.
And of course, the one and only Mr. Rome, my old mate, Mark Adrado.
Hello, good evening.
Myself, good evening. And of course, the one and only Mrs. Browne.
Good evening.
That's better. Crikey, he's got one job he gets, one job. I might not last the course, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. As you know, I've been a little bit poorly these last couple of weeks, so I'm not going to go into great details, but I might have to run off once or twice, if you know what I mean.
Did you mention we had Craig Courtney with us? Or just
Could mention Craig.
Mention
On the big sack, I don't know.
Craig's with us as well.
I've only got ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here he is, Mr. Fixer himself, the one and only Mr. Craig Courtney.
Good evening all, and thank you, Mr. Woods, for flagging it on the shape box as well.
He's one support.
I only get one job, Craig.
Yeah, we can let you off, Nick. You're not very well. Chris has got no excuse.
I've been absolutely awful. I really have. I slept for 3 nights. Now, nobody wants to know this, really, but I'm going to tell you. I slept for 3 nights, right, in February without the heating on, right, without a duvet on, and without any clothes on, with the fan on full. And I was still pouring. I had blisters literally all over my body last week. Blimey, it was... yeah, but you know what? We made us turn stuff, haven't we? We beat them off, kid. Yeah, rock and roll, man. I've almost quite beat it off, I must admit. I certainly feel a lot better than I did, but you know what? It's a weird thing when you do that first test and you get them 2 lines on that lateral flow test. It's a surreal feeling. Well, you know, I've actually caught this now. And I was looking at this literally 2 years ago, last February, like when it all first kicked in Wuhan, and I'm thinking, you know, am I going to get this? Is it going to be me? And yeah, it has been, and it's not been nice, ladies and gentlemen. Still haven't had my jabs, still won't have jabs, right? But got me immunity. It's on its way back, guys.
Oh yeah, sounds like it was well worth it. Yeah,
it is shattering, and it's worse, obviously, for some people than others. And I certainly haven't had it anywhere near as bad as some of the people. So I'm grateful for that. Thank you very much indeed. What are you drinking, Craig?
Nice little Budweiser for this evening.
Oh, that is disgusting beer.
King of beers.
What the Budweiser?
It's better than getting Corona out of.
Get your back up here, mate, and have a pint of Bass. That's the proper stuff, real stuff.
Put hairs on your chest, that does.
Okay, so what can I say? The Blues again this week. I wanted to go to the game. I desperately wanted to go to the game, but I just hadn't got the strength to drive. I'll be honest with you. And you might think I'm sort of taking. I've got nothing left in me at the minute. So Bear with me, won't you? Alan, your take on the game as you were there.
Well, when you walk into the ground and found you've already got an injury, you know, you don't go there with much hope, do you? And then half an hour gone, we've lost another key player. 2 minutes later, goal goes in. The guy that's replacing the guy that's been replaced is at fault with both goals, and he's our best midfield player, and he's playing at the back. No criticism of his. It's just what have we done to upset somebody? You know, it's just mind blowing. You know, we played all right. We couldn't score. We had chances with the post twice, pulled saves out the keeper. But when you start off your day with an injury to your best striker, and then lose your best defender. One striker, one defender, and 8 midfield players in the end. What chance have you got? What chance have you got? It's beyond belief.
I think for me, the Reading last Tuesday night at Reading was the more annoying one for me because we dominated that game. We just didn't put our chances away, you know. And again, I'm going to say it again like a broken record, but let's get James Beattie back on the training ground to work with the players again. And I don't think it's a coincidence that the season he was here was the first time since 1994-95 season that a player had scored over 20 goals for us in a season, you know, and that was all down to, a lot of that was down to James Beattie's coaching, and we need him back, in my opinion, to work with these players. And he's only at Wigan. I'd love us to go and get him out of Wigan and bring him back if we could, if it was possible, because he would be, we brought Sean Rush back from those, and I don't think he'd be a stranger to everybody, would he? So I think it'd be a perfect appointment if we brought him back on the training ground as our attacking coach again, to get us, you know, finding out where the net is more often. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think as well that Gary Monk season when he was here was our highest scoring season as well since Chris Hughton's season, wasn't it? So
yeah.
A lot of things are falling into place that were good when James Beattie was here. So that's my shout. I also think as well, you know, like Alan says, injuries is just, the injury list at the minute is just hideous. I don't know what it is, but, you know, we're missing so many key players. So I just think at the moment we need to cut them a bit of slack and just, we've got no relegation worries for me. So let's just ride out the season and let's rebuild in the summer and see who we can sign and who we can't, and get everybody, hopefully we can enjoy seeing our strongest 11 in one game out there before the end of the season. But on a positive note, though, it was good to see Chong come back on again.
Yeah, he was.
You know, and Hernandez was unlucky hitting the crossbar. It was a great save from their keeper. We had an arguable penalty as well, but yeah, last Tuesday was the most frustrating one, and then Saturday for me, you know, we just obviously gifted them 2 goals, and no fault with the players. They were playing out of position, and you know,
and it showed as well, didn't it?
But when we got the chances as well, we didn't put them in ourselves either, did we? So I'm going to throw this out there. Here's another trivia question from me. Have Blues ever in our history come back from 2 goals down to win a game? So have we ever been losing 3-1, 4-2, 2-0 and come back to win the game? Alan, that's one for you.
I'll tell you one. Wolverhampton Wanderers, 1967, 2-0 down, 1-3-2. Barry Bridges got the winner.
Was that the last time?
I bet it
Probably.
was.
Probably.
I don't think it's ever happened in my life.
Probably not. No. I remember us winning 4-3 at Rotherham after being 3-0 down, but that was in the 60s.
Right, okay.
Well before our time.
We've drawn 2-2 after being 2 goals down.
Yeah.
We did that against Peterborough. Everybody about come back to win the game from 2 goals down.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Look at that portrait.
Let me have a think, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. You take your time, Alan. You're right.
We've got till 9 o'clock.
I'll get my book out.
No, I think we played all right Saturday.
Yeah, we played all right in both games, Mark, didn't we? We weren't too bad.
The result the result was disappointing on Saturday, obviously, but the actual performance, there's nothing majorly wrong with it.
No.
Huddersfield
didn't actually do anything. That was the frustrating thing for me. Sorry, Paul.
Oh, sorry, Craig. Yeah, I was just going to say I'd rather play really bad and win, though. Do you know what I mean? It's all about winning, isn't it?
Like we used to when, you know, under the dare I say, Alex McLeish. Those, we should scrape out results.
Yeah, I'd rather do that.
Yeah, but like I said earlier, Paul, we're not going down. We've probably been, we've never really, despite the bad run, I've never ever thought we'd go down. We're probably just going to end up where we are, which, but there are sort of, green routes of recovery. We do look all right at times. Some of the passing in the last 2 games has been brilliant.
We tend to say that though, don't we? Every season, we're going to build on this season. When are we going to stop building?
On the way home on the train, the gentleman next to me said exactly that.
Yeah.
And I said, he didn't know I'd been to the match, and I just put my phone down. And I said, we've got 37 points, and if we've got 37 points at the end of the season, we will go down. And I don't think we'll have that bad a run. No. But where's the next win coming from? With no defence, where's the next win coming from? Yeah. Who are we going to stop scoring?
That's the problem, isn't it? If we're not scoring, feeding, there's only going to be one outcome, isn't there?
Yeah.
So just need to find our shooting boots again. If we can get Hogan and Deeney back amongst it in the coming weeks, and at least get one more defender than a fit Pedersen back, and get Mengi back in there and Roberts, then different story, isn't it?
Any defender.
Paul, do you think we're in a relegation scrap?
No.
No, Alan, do you?
No.
Not yet.
Chris?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No, I think there's definitely 3 worse teams than us in this league. Definitely. Yeah.
We'll go for Craig then. What's your take, Craig?
I mean, I echo everything Paul said, really. Tuesday was extremely frustrating. Saturday was frustrating because we've one defender on the pitch. The second half, I'd arguably say we were the better team. And that's really scary when you think about, I think there was a stat out there, which it's been seen today as well. Now Hernandez, 100% pass rate in the Blues.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
To have a player doing that and are still to come away with no results is frustrating. But also, Huddersfield, like I said, they didn't really do much. I mean, we gifted them 2 goals, and I didn't really see, after that, another real clear-cut chance. And in the second half, they were non-existent. I will say they were a proper beefy team, and it was from a pace perspective. Their winger, I can't remember his name. I know he's number 10, but he was absolutely ripping us to shreds. But then once we got a grasp on him and knowing that our ball was going to come over the top every time, I didn't see much else. I will say from the club's perspective, though, I know there's been a few failures around the events at the weekend, but I think it was good to get people together. And after the game, myself and Mark we were outside the main reception at the old stand, and it was fantastic for the players to come out the way that they did, and their interaction with all the fans, but especially the kids, was absolutely superb. And those are the people that at the end of the day are going to keep us as a club going. So to bring them on that journey and be involved with them was fantastic. And there wasn't one player. There was one player who was particularly peeved, come out, got in his car and drove off. But for the rest of them, they all interacted. Even Taylor.
Name and shame.
It was Bo Brummie.
Actually.
It was Bo Brummie.
But Kuna was particularly abrupt when he came out. He didn't want to speak to anybody. Straight to his car, straight in. But I tell you what, the others, Taylor is carrying his injury. He had his family come down to watch him for the first time, so he was incredibly disappointed. But he still hung around to do photos and signatures with people. And that was good to see, wasn't it, Mark?
It was, and I was just about to say, Chongi was there with his parents were there. And like you say, despite the fact they've obviously had a rollicking off the manager, each one of them made the effort to. It was cold. They signed whatever anyone asked them to sign. They posed for photos, and fair play to them. They obviously, they probably just wanted to get their heads down, get home or whatever. But no, they were a credit to the club. So
Martin Swinsko on the chat. Sheffield United at Bramall Lane, 1985. We were 2-0 down and come back to win 4-3. Do you remember that one?
1985.
Yeah.
Yes. That rings a small bell. I don't think I was there, but yeah.
Yeah. Stephen Gill said West Ham in the Carling Cup. We were 3-1 down on aggregate, but we were 2-1 down. We were 2-1 down from the first leg, and then we went 1-0 down early on, obviously in the second leg. So we weren't technically 2 goals down in the same game.
And that got to be the greatest comeback we've ever had, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's got to be.
Another question. I'm in a quiz mood. I've got the shirt on here now, obviously, from that magical day, which was 11 years ago yesterday. But on that day, in the build-up to the winner, who was fouled for the free kick that Ben Foster took, that Zigic flicked down and Martin scored from? After the mix-up.
Who was brought down?
Yeah, so who was brought down for the free kick that Foster took?
I can see it now. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you horrible person.
Was it Ferguson?
Nope.
Was it Urinette?
Nope.
It wasn't Lee Bowie, was it?
No,
sure.
No.
Fair.
People are just going to go through the whole squad now.
Yeah.
Stephen Gill's got it. Here's a clue. The guy who scored the goal was fouled.
Ah, right, okay.
Was it?
Yeah, right. Obafemi.
So it was actually,
You know, he only played 7 minutes in that cup run.
Yeah. That's
He
all.
only appeared for 7 minutes. I got a list of all the players the other day who there's about 15 players who appeared either in the squad or on the pitch during that cup run who didn't play in the final. And names that you, I won't bore you with going through them, but people like Mikel and
Alexander Hleb.
Yeah, and even Nathan Redmond, he played in 2 games. Scott Dan, obviously, he played all the way to the semi-final. But we used about 30 plus players in that cup run.
Yeah.
Even Asante was in one game.
Yeah, he's on the bench in one game.
On the bench in one game, yeah.
But if you could sort of like not win that cup, stay up and say be like Burnley for the last 10 years and win nothing and just sort of filter around the middle areas of the Premier League, would you swap that for that? I wouldn't swap that.
No.
Was all this pain over the last 10 years worth it for that one day?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was well.
100%. Because I tell you now, I've just got goosebumps now thinking about it. Look at that again, right? Yeah. That day was something else. That one, the Leyland Daft Cup final, even when we went down and got robbed against Liverpool, you know, these were big games for our club and big games for us as people as well. And I wouldn't, you know, being able to stand there with my 3 boys and sob at that Carling Cup final when that final whistle went. And told them to look at this because it might never happen in your lifetime again, let alone mine. Right, I'm 60 now. Right, so I'm knocking, not as old as Linda, but I'm knocking on.
No one's as old as Linda.
But you know, to have that moment, that one, and I watched the cup final. Well, yeah, parts of it yesterday because and it was right. I don't know, was it 21 penalties?
Yeah.
21 penalties. Yeah. And I kept looking at every poor beggar that went up there sat next to me. I thought, oh, is it going to be you? Is it going to be you? Is it going to be you? And, you know, to get there. And then they went up and got the cup. And then there was this little puff of gold paper.
Yeah.
But, you know what? When you look at when we won it, there was all those streamers coming out and everything. It was absolutely superb. A moment that I will savour and take to my grave with me, and I hope my children will too. Because you know what? Boom! That was the day. It was the day.
I agree. 100%. I agree. It was a one-off.
Yeah. Looking at the way the Liverpool fans celebrate, it just showed you how big an achievement it was for a club like us to do that when you've got Liverpool.
Massive, Paul. Absolutely massive.
Yeah. It was huge,
Good talking point here. Mike has raised, do we actually think that the win was better than that original game in the Worthington Cup final against Liverpool? Which one was better for everyone?
Well, obviously the Arsenal won, obviously, because we won. But as a match, oh God, that's a tough one. Because we were the better team that day as well, and we deserved it.
Yeah. And for me, it was the noise as well, Paul, on that occasion.
Yeah.
inside that Millennium Stadium was just off the scale, unreal.
Yeah, I think it was unreal that in the Worthington Cup, we were a league below Liverpool. We were seeing the likes of, Gerrard and that, and it's like, wow, we're normally used to playing like, Preston at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When we played Arsenal, as lovely as it was and as beautiful as it was, we'd seen those players because we were a Premier League side. But that Worthington one, to go from where we were, sort of mid-table in the Championship, that was unreal. That was the way we played.
I'm sorry, Mark. Still for me, my absolute ultimate favourite moment was John Gow's overhead kick up the old Wembley, when the acoustics were just surreal. They were just like off the scale, mate. And to dream as a child about my football team going to Wembley and playing in a cup final, and then to get there for that very first time. I don't know which was your first one, Mark, but
that was it. 91.
Leyland Duff.
Yeah.
And it was just so emotional, absolutely beautiful, brilliant moment.
I think the attitude of the Arsenal team, the national press, the TV, etc., made that final for me. It couldn't have happened to a nicer team. Up yours and have a bit of that.
Absolutely.
I've got a good friend who's an Arsenal supporter, and he doesn't remember all this. And I say, did you see when they sent Fabregas up to practice lifting the cup? Did you watch that? No, I didn't see that. I said, well, I bloody did. And everybody in Birmingham saw that, every player, every spectator, and it didn't go down well. They turned up in their tracksuits. We were suited and booted, all that stuff. And the pre-match, that video that they put on, it was mind-bending. Mind-bending. And we can't lose this. We cannot lose this.
Well, I was saying to my lads, Alan, that 4-0, 5-0, we're going to lose this 4-0, 5-0, but it's the occasion and we've got to go. And you know what? To stand there at that moment and see Alan Carr's face. Alan Carr.
Alan Carr. That was my impression, by the
way. What a moment.
Two things across the weekend, questions for everybody and thoughts.
And to see the other people around me as well, like men, women, children, all sobbing, everybody sobbing. Because we had just done the impossible.
Yeah, going back to 2001 for a second, I think our biggest achievement, obviously, because we were robbed in the final, it was a big achievement, beating Ipswich over 2 legs. Because they
were Premier League.
They were Premier at the time,
yeah. They were in the Champions League, weren't they, that season? Top 4.
They were pushing for Europe, yeah.
Of course they were, yeah. I'd forgotten that. Mind you, I forget those things, but it don't really matter, does it?
Sorry, Craig, you were going to say?
No, I was going to say, I mean, for me, just on yesterday's cup game, the one thing that really riled me was the goalkeeper being changed in the 119th minute. And I was so happy that he missed that penalty because it was justified. But then the other thing just to raise, and Mr. Watton, you might be able to shed some light on this. Saturday's game at St Andrews. 1 point, Huddersfield lost 2 players to injury. Both of them in the goal mode.
Yeah.
Why did the referee not order them off the pitch? Because they
were injured in the penalty area. It would have been an unfair advantage. I know. I know it's tough, but that's the reason. Because 10 minutes later, somebody got injured. That one of their players got injured 2 yards outside the penalty area, and he was banished to the sideline.
Off the pitch,
yeah. I mean, you if the goalkeeper gets injured, you can't take him off because you've got to have a goalkeeper. But I watched the referee because I was a bit curious, and he was going to the players. It's in the penalty area, so they were allowed to stay on. And if you think about it, if you'd have taken their 2 centre halves off, they're standing on the touchline. It does, it would have been nice, but it's not right, is it? You can't.
Also, I've got to look at the other side of that, right? There's 2 centre halves standing on the touchline. The ref waves them on, and they've got a break on. We could have been on down.
Well, I suppose so. Yeah.
We've got a technical issue. Lindsay's saying that there's a noise that keeps coming over randomly. It sounds like the dentist cleaning tool.
Oh right, okay.
You got that suction machine on your bucket, Chris? Is that what it is?
Oh,
No,
Craig,
it's not quite on his bucket.
That's what it is. You can rumble.
I can't.
Really wet myself.
I can't hear anything.
Oh,
No, can't hear anything.
No.
Lindsay's probably got tips like me.
She's probably got tetanus, yeah. Yeah. No, I can't hear anything. I'll keep looking, listening. But...
No, but I think for me, you know, obviously I'd love new owners as much as the next person. But I do think, you know, with Ian Dutton now as MD, Craig Gardner doing the great job he's doing, we've got good people now in positions. As long as they're given the tools to do the job, I think they can do a great job and take us forward. And obviously it was interesting to read a lot of what was said at the Q&A last week with Troy Deeney. Was you there, Mark? Yeah?
Yes, I went to that last week.
So, yeah,
Can I just, sorry to put in, Paul. Yeah, it was very honest, very colourful language, as you'd expect, but very, very honest. And like I say, the job Craig's doing behind the scenes, he's working 18-hour days. And he was, you know, there's nothing. They answered any question anybody wanted to ask. There's no hiding anything. There's no agendas. It was just open forum. And I think I've got a newfound respect for him, if I'm absolutely honest.
Well, I'm going to Mark, and if anybody wants to get me to ask a question, just message me, right? Because it's for you as well, right? And all I'm going to be doing is going down there. Yeah, I'll ask some of my own questions, but I'm very, very willing to take your questions on board, guys and girls, and ask them openly. I don't care. So, you know, just message me, and if you've got a question, I promise you, I will come back with an answer for that question.
Yeah.
Even if I don't. Even if
Ian Clayton
will answer those questions.
Ian Clayton had raised, you know, very similar to yourself, Mark, and he said he went as well. The Q&A, they were very open, very honest, and as he put it, if they're telling lies, then we'll judge them again next year if it turns out to be untrue. And it's just so true at the moment. We need to credit where credit is due. You know, we've mentioned Ian Dutton. Well, there aren't many people that would stay online until 10, 11 o'clock at night answering fans' questions when they're directly linked to the club. He was doing that after he took over, and I think there's a lot of people that were probably anti that management team that have now not fully changed their mind, but are getting there. And that's credit to the work they're all doing at this moment.
It is Craig. But one of the questions that I want answering is, this is probably the biggest kind of forum outside of Birmingham City's network, so to speak, right? Why don't they embrace it? Why don't they come on? Why don't they talk to us? Why don't they ask? Let us ask the questions, right? You can answer questions, right? Let them come on and be a part of this.
And we have asked, and I think, if I'm completely honest at the moment, when things die down, maybe a little bit more, I think we'll get that interaction.
Isn't the time to come answer the question when the things are warm and hot? Not when they're cold, not when they've been forgotten, not when, you know, the good times are coming. We want questions and we want answers, right? Does anybody know when the stadium's going to open?
I don't think anybody knows that, do they? Because they don't know themselves what work's got to be done yet.
No.
They have the Q&A. Ian did say he was hoping for the opening of next season.
Yeah, it's a big job though, isn't it? So I don't think it.
No, I get, and I understand it, Paul. But the frustration is that we had a year out of COVID where that work could have been done, or a vast majority of it could have been done during the shutdown, during the pandemic. That work done because they damn well knew there was no not going to get a safety certificate. They must have done.
With all due respect, though, we had a guy running the club who didn't have a clue what he was doing at the time. So, you know, if we'd have had Ian Dutton as
first
MD,
time,
if we'd have had Ian Dutton as our MD then things might be different now.
Different story.
Yeah. Look, I know, and you know, we all know that Ian's got the club at heart. We do, right? And as fans, what you got to do is give him the opportunity to prove himself. Yeah, because time will tell, right? Yeah. Time will tell, and fans don't forget. They never forget, right? I mean, I know I forget most things, but there's certain things in life that, you know, you stick in your head and you get them in there and you go, what?
Yeah.
You know.
No.
But
Can I just say, going back to quick one for the Midway the other night. It was lovely to meet Kev. So I said I'll give him a shout out. And it's nice to meet Lindsay as well. Lindsay was there, and I got to meet Lindsay as well.
Lindsay's lovely. She's one of our own. Lindsay.
Absolutely. And can I just say, Craig on Saturday ran into Auntie Linda, and she was quite chuffed because I gave her a kiss, and she said you kissed her about an hour before.
She doesn't realise I come home and disinfected my face, mate. So I don't know about what you did.
Kissing old people. Kissing old people.
So she was quite chuffed.
Was it tongues, Mark?
Oh, no, I do feel sick now. Oh, dear.
Just going back to the way that the fans interacted with the players as well. We've had a message from Lisa Field, whose son was also in that group of people and fans, and was actually given Connell Truman's goalkeeping gloves.
Nice
All
one.
been signed for him, and apparently he hasn't stopped talking about it and showing his friends since. So that just shows one little person given that small thing, they'll remember it for life, and they'll be following that club.
Exactly. You know what, Craig? I tell you what, that's what this is all about, isn't it? Right? Making memories for the kids. It's like, you know, what we did for little Jack not so long ago. You know, and making a difference in their lives and making them believe in the world and believe in people.
Yeah.
I don't think Auntie Linda's very happy. There's a few comments of, was it grab a granny nice?
Yeah.
I like Pete Taylor's comment. Mark is from Coventry, of course he fired the tongue.
Can I bite this rumour in the bud? I'm actually from Harborne. but I moved to Coventry 15 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm from Harborne.
Where was you born, Mark?
Hey?
Where was you born?
Harborne at the
right.
women's hospital. Yeah. I moved to Coventry in 2006. I am
Craig,
not
where
from
was you
Coventry.
born?
He was born at the women's hospital.
Yeah. No, not the women's. You know, the one by the QE.
I was born
Craig, where was you born?
Born and bred at Bromley, mate. I was in Kings Norton. So forever there.
Totally old, mate.
Chris Browne, where was you born?
Dudley Road Hospital.
Dudley Road!
Does that make me a half yam yam? It's sort of. I'm bordering. It's a
closer
border.
to Birmingham.
Yeah, it's Winston
where was
Green
you born?
border, isn't it? Oh, so no.
80, yeah.
Paul, where was you
11
born?
bus.
Paul,
Solihull Hospital.
Solihull, not Solihull. Solihull.
Solihull.
I bet you get out the bathtub or you the sink, don't you? After you're that posh.
Solihull.
Otto, where was you born, mate?
Marston Green Maternity Home, 1951.
Oh, just
Right, okay. And Ollie, where was you born?
on the slab.
Heartlands.
Where?
Heartlands.
Oh, Heartlands.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
my daughter was born. My daughter was born at Heartlands.
Okay, so I'm the alien. I was born in a little village just outside Blenheim Palace called Kiddington.
Oh, that sounds posh.
It was Christmas morning. Never mentioned
Oh, yeah, no.
Never.
I think you share your birthday with somebody very, very famous.
Yeah, Noel Gordon.
Yeah, Noel Gordon, of course. Yeah. She used to live right in the town centre, didn't she? Right.
The old crossroads.
Yeah, she lived in that big block by on where the Chinese Quarter is now.
They used to drink in Harbour on the crossroads lot. The old house at home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You mean?
The problem is though, Chris. The problem is who's going to be Benny?
I'm looking at him, but I'm not going to say which one I'm looking at.
Chris Brown, where did you get that all from?
I've been waiting for 2 seasons to play that.
You're probably going to be shut down for copyright tomorrow.
Apparently, hashtag Linda's got feelings too. He's now trending on Twitter. And Lindsay Marie gets all the compliments, but poor old, may I emphasise the word old, me gets bullied. And that's come from Linda.
I feel sorry for anyone listening with headphones on after you when you blasted.
Oh no, sorry. and I put it up to 11 as well. Sorry about that, everybody. Too loud. You just woke up me dog, says Dave Twine. Bloody hell, you've just blown my ears, Michael Woods.
Loads of people sitting next to our listeners on the sofas, aren't they, with their headphones on, looking at them thinking, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Or they go,
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, how long have you had that lined up for, ready for a crossroads moment?
2 seasons.
The payoff was brilliant, I promise you.
Paul,
Brilliant.
you're in the lead at the moment to become Benny.
Yeah. He must have been a good looking bloke.
Can we download a photograph of Benny off Crossroads?
That's a
We all
shame.
see, come on, I've not seen one for Paul yet.
Oh, sorry, I've put it up now. Just done it now. So you'll probably see it in about 2 minutes or so.
Who is it, Jason Statham?
No, definitely not Jason Statham.
The sister of my best man appeared in 2 episodes of Crossroads. Yeah.
Right?
The sister of my best man appeared in 2 episodes of Crossroads. And if you're watching, Anne, nice to talk to you. She could be. She could be.
You never know. You know, she probably just
She
heard that and cried.
She has been in contact with me recently.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's another story.
Have you ever been on TV yourself, Alan?
Pardon?
Have you been on TV yourself?
Have I been on TV myself? Not nationally. I did appear on I suppose it would be a cable channel. As I had a chat show with a friend of mine, one on cricket, one on football, and I also appeared on Satanta in a stand-up routine.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh.
Really?
We got what the jokes were until we're off air. Chris Brown, have you been on TV?
Afraid so, yes, you would.
No, I don't think I have. No.
No, I don't. I have.
Only Blues versus Huddersfield. It was, yeah.
Right, you been on
1974.
TV?
Yeah, and I was
Blues Preston. I was on the TV, and Gladiators, when that used to be filmed, I was on there once with that as well, watching in the audience. But that's about it.
Watching in the audience. I thought you'd be swinging from the trees.
How old do you think I am? I'll tell you. Teenager when that was on.
I think I was filmed once at an S Club 7.
What? S Club 7?
Yeah, I went to see S Club 7 with my daughter when she was small, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember the cup replay against Scunthorpe that was on Sky?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was interviewed before that, and I gave the most wonderful, how we were going to win this. We got to get the ball to Jose Dominguez. We got to do this. We got to do that. Blah blah blah. And when I actually saw it, it was on about 3 seconds, and I must have given a Ron Atkinson like diatribe of how Birmingham were going to win this game, and I was 3 seconds and gone.
They're ruthless. They don't care, do they, Alan?
Don't care.
Paul, you been on TV?
Yeah, in 2008, I went to the darts, and I was in the background quite a lot, really, to be fair. I was right in the eye line of the camera where the players were throwing. So,
This in Sheffield?
No, in Wolverhampton.
In Wolverhampton, right.
Yeah. And where else?
Well, you've never been interviewed?
I was on Going Live as well when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Philip Schofield and Andy Peters on Ed the and all that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. You wouldn't have
All right, I
recognised.
want to find somebody tonight. I want to find somebody tonight, Paul, that's been on Tiswas. That's a proper programme. We must have one listener, one
Got to be
viewer
someone.
that's been on Tiswas. Keep your eyes on the shout box, guys, because I can't get the thing. It's on me doofer.
Just on the shout box, Violet has said that apparently there are more granddads than there are grannies on the screen at the moment. I don't know who she's referring to, but it came to me out.
Definitely.
There he is. No, that should not be Craig Crosby, Paul Ipkiss.
haven't seen this yet. Oh no, it's just not on.
Here we go. Ray Hobro says, I went to Noel and Hugh Mortimer's wedding. Megan says, Noel and Hugh Mortimer. You wouldn't remember that. It's from Crossroads.
Did they get married on set, or was this a real marriage?
I don't think Noel Gordon would have got married.
Oh no,
no, she wouldn't. No. Well, not to a bloke. Not to a bloke.
Not in those days. She wouldn't have been allowed.
No.
Ah.
Megan says, I was caught on TV at the Bolton game when Caddy saw the beauty. I was caught on TV and I was crying. Let's talk about. Who can explain this about the what's called now? The new visual Zoom tours, called the Metaverse.
Oh, the Metaverse. Yeah.
Over to Oliver, who's an expert.
I wish I were. The only other club I know that's done it in England is Man City at the minute. Yeah, but it's more. I think I've seen some people mention on Twitter about like the possibility of watching games through it, or it's good, but I don't quite get why they've done it, because is it really high on the priority list?
I'll agree with you certainly.
You've got the stand half open. I don't think it's needed at the minute. But I can see why they've done it.
The revenue source, that's the thing for me at the moment. It's
it'll bring money in. It's a good money maker.
Sorry, can someone explain what this is to me? I don't.
Yeah, hand it to me, please. Yeah.
Craig?
In short, it's like having Blues as a computer game. Is the only way to describe it. But you can have virtual tours of the stadium using this type of platform, or I think I'd read somewhere that you can have almost looking at yourself wearing merchandise before.
Yeah, but who wants to see Archie Linder having a wee?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that, but Nick.
You're not watching the game. It's actually for stadium tours.
Stadium tours. There was mention of games and the way that it would be, because it almost can put you in the position. Apparently, they've scanned the stadium, for example, so that you can have a visualization of not only like what you're looking at when you're looking onto the pitch, but almost what the players are seeing when they look out as well. So it's like, I guess it's virtual reality, just as a next level.
The best way I can describe it, have you seen on like Monday Night Football or something, and you've got Jamie Carragher?
Yeah.
He does they go into they put the goggles on, and they go into while the players. It's something similar to that in a sense.
Right, okay.
Right. I think I'll stick to going.
I remember when they changed to white balls.
Cyber balls, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Craig, shall we introduce our new quiz?
Ooh.
No.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to leave this to your pleasure, Paul, because it's your little baby and a good way to describe it.
So I thought to myself at the weekend, we haven't really had anything, have we, for a while? We did, obviously, before the COVID and all the lockdowns, we did Alphabetti Blues, didn't we? And we've obviously had the Who, we've had the One.
Yeah.
We could. I mean, I'm open for suggestions for a name for this, but basically, and any of our viewers are welcome to ring in as well and take part or come on the call. And hopefully, Chris, you've got prizes to give out to the winner and stuff.
Always prizes, always
got prizes. And what it is, basically, I've got the idea of Sky Sports, anyone who watches Saturday Social on a Saturday morning. And basically, I'm going to name a season, and you've got 30 seconds to tell me how many players you think you can name from the squad in that season. And then the twist is you get to say how many players you think you can name, and then your opponent obviously gets a different season and obviously gets the chance to beat you. So that's the game. I don't know what the name is of it.
I don't know what the name is, Paul, but is it a game you think I ought to play?
No, because it involves thinking. It involves thinking.
It involves memory, Nick, so maybe not.
Mind you, tell me the season before I volunteer.
You what, Al?
Would you tell me the season before I volunteer?
That's another...
1912.
Jones, Smith, Ericsson.
Jason's got it straight away, so we're going to call it Squad Game.
Squad Game. Yeah, I suppose that's...
Very good, yes.
Does the job, doesn't it?
Just the squad.
Is that a take on Squid Game, is it?
Yeah, there you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I like it. I reckon
Clever.
Jason should get a prize just for that.
No.
Yeah, no pressure, Chris, but we want a really nice poster that looks like Squid Games, but it's actually Squad Games, and perhaps it should be blue and white, not red.
So,
Clever.
who wants to go head to head then? Who wants to play the first ever version of Squad Game?
I'll give it a go, Rob.
No.
No? Mark,
I'll get you going.
Unless it's 2022.
So it's Alan against Mark. Anyone got a coin? Let's see who goes first. So someone toss a coin.
You don't have to play us.
I've got the theme tune for it. Anyway, don't worry about that.
I need someone to time 30 seconds for me.
Okay, I've got it on the clock here.
And I need someone to shout when it's over. Yeah.
Okay.
And I need someone else. So sort of, mind you, I can count how many. I've got the squads here in front of me, so just bear with me. Okay. 2 seconds.
Hang on, are you playing, Paul?
Who's playing?
No.
Who's playing?
I'm the host.
Mark and Alan are going to play the
Oh,
first
go on
game.
then. Okay. Oh, okay. Can we have side bets?
Chris, can we have the theme tune again?
Hang on, sorry.
Hello, everybody in the Irish Centre.
So who's going first then?
Can I just say good luck, Alan?
Good luck, Mark.
And we'll keep scores as we go. So, Chris, you got a coin there, or Nick? Anyone got a coin?
Yeah, I got a coin. Heads or tails? Mark?
Heads.
It is heads.
No.
So do you want to go first or second?
I'll get second.
Okay.
Chicken.
Put the pressure on Alan.
So, Alan, 1999-2000 season. How many players do you think you can name that were in that squad in 30 seconds?
Starting now.
No, hang on.
Oh, sorry.
Tell me how name first.
Oh, right. Okay, sorry.
99.
He gets to think about it, though.
10.
10.
10.
Yeah.
Go for 10. Okay.
Ready?
So, when to start, Chris?
Go.
Paul, Unlove.
Yeah.
I forgot. The team just appeared out of my head.
10 seconds left from now.
Furlong.
Yeah.
Jonathan Hunt.
No.
No.
And your time.
I've gone. Playoffs, and I couldn't think. I could think of them now.
How many?
Paul, was Gary Ablett in there?
Yeah, Gary Ablett was.
Yeah.
I've got one! Yeah!
Yeah, Gary Ablett was in the season at the start. He was in the squad at the start of the season, but he didn't play a game that season.
Mm-hmm.
God bless him. But yeah, you got 3, Alan.
Oh, poor.
Gotta go Steve Bruce. He was got to be in there, surely.
No, he's got United then, 99-2000.
John McCarthy.
John McCarthy. I couldn't think of his name.
Yeah, Adebola.
Brian Hughes, Dealey Adebola.
Brian Hughes, Adebola. Marcelo.
David Oldsworth, Jono, Martin O'Connor.
Gary Gill.
So these seasons, are you picking them randomly, Paul?
Darren Purse. Yeah. I'm picking them like before the show starts. I've got all the players here listed.
Oh, right. Okay, good stuff.
So that's 3 to Alan. So Mark, you've got to get 4 or more to beat Alan. So what are you saying?
Can I be?
Tune, please. Theme tune.
Go on, I'll do 5.
You're going to do 5 from the.
I'll play low, yeah.
And your season is the 2016-17 season.
I thought he was going to say 1876.
And are you ready? Go.
Kushat, Dean, Wes Harding, Dukey, Shay Adams.
Yeah.
The pressure. I feel sick. Where's Dean, Dukey, Shay Adams, Fabrini, Morrison.
Where'd you pull that one from?
Yeah.
And your time's up. There you go.
You got 7.
Stefan.
Did I?
Well done, mate.
Good going.
Impressive, Mr.
Here's a
Allen.
mark.
Very good, very good.
That
That is the end
statement
of the
halfway
first
through. I feel sick.
That is the end of the first round of squad game. What do we think?
Brilliant.
Very
I
good.
enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, yeah. But the thing
Okay,
is,
it was a great game, Paul, but unfortunately I won't be able to play.
and the other, yeah, and not.
If any of our viewers want to ring in and take part and go head to head,
Yeah, ring in.
is that possible, Chris?
Of course they can. Yeah, yeah. The phone's ready here.
Yeah. So if anybody wants to take part in squad game next week, just drop Chris or Craig a message, and we can get you booked in to take part. Obviously, we can only allow 2 people on, so
Right, it's Craig versus Watto next week first, then. But please, please, please message us and get yourselves on.
Yeah.
So, Paul, Pete Taylor has said it's a great game. The only thing that's just been missing from what's been shouted out is a cuddly toy.
Absolutely.
Oh, and somebody going, all right, my loves, let's meet the item we're going to generate.
We even look like him, Chris.
The brilliant impression of Terry Wogan.
I thought it was Lee Bowyer.
That's what
To see you nice.
No, to say you know.
2 seconds.
Mark, do you do any impressions?
Not really. No. I wish I could. Sorry to let you down.
I can't do any impressions, mate.
I can do Nelson Mandela.
Well, then.
My name is Nelson Mandela.
My best, I've got an impersonation at Peaky Blinders, the Colonel from Belfast.
Go on then.
I know where you live.
That's pretty good. Scared me.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Windsor Davis, are you ready?
Oh, no.
All of you boys, shoulders back. I will not have gossip in my jungle.
Excellent. I can do Cheryl Cole as well.
Go on, then.
Wait, my name's Cheryl Quillick.
That's
Tell you what, I
outrageous,
closed my eyes and I could just see
I
Cheryl
know.
there.
It's uncanny.
Sarah,
It's uncanny.
Yeah, but Dame Edna. Dame Edna, should we go for it?
Go on then.
Lovely to see you here tonight, soldiers. It's really, really special, really, sitting here amongst you all.
Nick,
Right, you do one.
That is terrible.
you're in the wrong
Frank
job,
Spencer.
man. That was outstanding. Outstanding.
Cat's just in a whoopsie in my beret.
Nice.
Is this supposed to be a football
What have you
talk?
started? This is terrible.
I love it when it descends into chaos.
I think the most popular one has been my Cheryl Cole impersonation.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Sorry, but that's the way the cookie crumbles.
Dame Edna, all I could see in front of me was Auntie Linda. I don't actually know why it was. I could just,
Why what, Craig?
I could only see Auntie Linda when you were doing your impression of Dame Edna. I don't know why.
Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
What an explored, mate.
The TTS is now the Tilton Talent Show. Dave Twine says he can do Elvis and Sean Connery.
Yeah, you know what, right? Okay, I know Queen's not very well lately. She's been a little bit poorly, like, but I gave her a shave the other day.
All right, okay.
And I did my Sean Connery impression. God save the Queen.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I get that. Yeah.
Oh, come on, Mark. It was clean, mate. It was clean.
It was clean.
Talking of God Save the Queen, what was with Liverpool fans booing the national anthem yesterday? What a disgrace.
I can get that.
They always do.
I didn't see the start of the game. Was that absolutely true?
They always do.
Yeah.
They always do.
They always do, yeah.
They always do.
They showed it on the news.
Nice.
They see themselves as not English, don't they? They see themselves. They think
They're-
it's games.
Yeah.
It's like a republic, yeah.
They're Fenians, aren't they? They're really.
Yeah.
Right.
Irish migrants. They've always done it, yeah.
I mean, come on. This is our country, yeah? There's enough going on in the world, enough bad things going on in and around the world, right? At a major cup final, for crying out loud sake, just have that decorum and sit down.
It's like
Just
a
so
lot of
everybody's aware, Lisa Field's 10-year-old son is currently laughing his head off. So we're doing a good thing on a Monday night.
Who's that, Craig?
Lisa Field. It was her son that had the goalkeeping gloves, and he's currently laughing his head off.
Oh, bless him. Well done, Sunshine. Well done. You keep them, mate, and make sure they don't go anywhere. Keep them, because when you're as old as me, right, they will be not worth a lot of money, but a memory. And those memories are sanctimony.
I want to know why he was laughing. It was quite serious.
Lisa might not thank me for saying this, but get them framed.
Yeah.
Like, I've got that sort of
Do you know what? I've got a pair of Ian Bennett's gloves, right, signed in my museum, right? And again, they're not worth anything really. They weren't Ian Bennett's gloves. They were my son's gloves, and he was a goalkeeper at school, and he took them to the Blues to get Ian Bennett to sign them, and he signed them, and they're on display in my room.
Brilliant.
I can't. You know what I really worry about, right? I really worry about if the house ever burnt down, all my blue stuff would be gone. That bothers me.
Yeah. What about Shaz?
I'll leave her in. Leave her in.
Paul, just so you're aware, Lucian's confirmed that they are getting them framed, and he was laughing at your voices.
Yeah. Make sure, as I say, you keep them, have them framed properly, right? Spend a bit of money on them to have them done proper. Yeah. Don't just shove them in a sloppy frame. Have them mounted and done proper, and then it's a keepsake for the rest of your life. And you know what? I don't know. Was he 10, Paul?
Yeah.
10.
Right. 6 of my age. In 50 years' time, you'll be able to look at those gloves and say, you know what? Kind of dream and gave me them.
Yeah.
So what's the latest on Andre Wisdom? Is he played for the under-23s, I believe?
Mm-hmm.
He did his first 90 minutes yesterday, didn't he? From what I've seen, I don't think he stood out. But then again, it's his first 90 minutes for a hell of a long time, and I've got to say, at the moment, he's our one possible saviour as far as defence is concerned. So we've got to hope that it can turn out and around.
I better get on my bike and dust my boots off.
Well, an awful shame though that we're playing Jeremy Bella in defence, and he's so useful up front, and he's so useful on the wings, and yet we've got to recall that guy back to a position that he shouldn't really be playing in. An absolute shame, but what do? You know, we are where we are, aren't we?
I'm going to say I'll get on my bike and dust my boots off, but give me till the 2025-26 season.
Well, get on your bike now, then, Paul. Off you go. Go and do them.
On the screen, we're running a poll at the moment, and Chris, the results are quite interesting at this present moment. So
they are, yeah. So I've put. Do you think the club is now finally listening to fans? And so far, it's yes 46, no 46, and 8% don't give a stuff.
What?
For me, the 8% who don't care. I can't say that you're not Blues fans. I can't. I just think you should have either a yes or a no opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, Chris. Maybe
I don't know. Maybe there are people who genuinely just.
I've been wrong before.
I don't care.
Once or twice.
Take it back 6 weeks and ran that poll, and I can almost guarantee you that there'll be another half of those yeses in that no bracket.
Yep. Definitely. Yeah, it's a bit of a turnaround, isn't it? Yeah.
Get that wage bill.
Or, Craig, the other thing is that they continue to communicate with us in a proper, professional manner, and we get 40% of those that have gone for 46% in opposition for it to in favour for it. That, you know what? When it's neck and neck like that, that's when you've got to move. Right, as a club, you've got to move that percentage rate across. Yeah? These are people, these are fans talking, voting. Yeah, and if they don't listen, they will lose.
Craig. Just going back to an earlier conversation regarding Craig Gardner when he was talking. I don't know if you can remember, but when I mentioned on how clever he seemed and how professional, how intelligent he seemed, how I was lambasted.
Oh, completely.
And now people have listened to him and they've gone, oh, crikey, he is intelligent. Yes, he bloody is intelligent. He's a clever bloke.
Yeah.
I think to hear as well that when he first came back to the club, he was taking no money.
Yeah, 6 months with no money, yeah.
People don't realise that. And, you know, what is he the perfect person for the job at the moment?
Yeah.
I think he probably hold his hands up and go, I'm not quite there, but I'm learning. And actually, if you continue to learn and you improve all the time, then you're the right person for the job.
Yeah.
It's if you come in and you've got that knowledge, but you take us nowhere, you're not the right person. And from a fan's perspective, yeah, I believe they are turning, you know, more towards Craig and liking what he is doing. And, you know, I'll say it here now, we are desperately trying to get Craig to join us on the show. I think if he is, you know, as open and honest as he was during that first meeting, as he has been during the Q&A session, then, you know, what is there not to like? He's got to continue to follow up. I think that's key.
Yeah, he's doing a great job with the players we've signed so far. I mean, there was only really probably Chuks and Ike that didn't really work out, but you know, it was still worth it go on him, wasn't it? Really, it'll go with him, you know, to see what he could do at this level. You know, he wasn't quite made out for the championship, but you know, he tried, didn't he? He weren't the worst striker I've ever seen down there, but he weren't the best either, obviously.
No, and he was known by Bowie, wasn't he? So that was a big help.
I think
he's not in Charlton's team at the moment, and neither is Leko's on the bench, and Ike's not playing at all. I don't know whether he's injured or what. I just feel that we've got this terrible situation. We've got no defenders, and you go back before Christmas, and we told Dean he's on his bike. Now, I wasn't surprised. I wasn't against that. I did question the fact that that you've taken a body out of your selection, and sod's law, isn't it? We could have done with him now, but you could hold that up. Oh, Craig, that was a terrible mistake. But I got to be honest, I didn't. I was concerned that it could be, but I understood why it was done, and nobody could have expected what's happened. No. From the back four forward, we've got 15, 20 players in a fortnight's time. We'll have 15, 20 players fighting for those places. But still, if we can't get some two centre halves on the field, it ain't going to matter, is it? And I feel sorry for him for that. It's easy to be wise after the event.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And I'll be hand up and say I was worried. It has happened, but I'm still not going to criticise you because you did what you did for the right reasons. You got him off the wage bill to get somebody else in, and that's fine because what you've brought in has been great.
Is it just me, or is Pedersen better at centre half than left back?
Who? Pedersen.
He plays. I think he's done all right centre half since he's got.
He's done okay. He's done okay.
I still think he's not the player of a year ago.
Oh no!
You can tell his heart's not in it, can't you? You sometimes get a feel for, players aren't quite with it, and I think
he's going. I think again he came out in the Q&A session that he's going to be going at the end of the season. Right? So he's leaving on a free transfer. What I do not understand for the life of me at the moment is he wants to go. He wants to go to a club where he's going to get a decent salary, matching if not bettering what he's got now. He's often expressed that, I want to be in the Premier League. But looking at his performances at this present moment, how many teams out there are actually going to go, wow, he's brilliant. Yeah, we're going to sign him. We'll give him 50 grand. Because it's not going to happen.
No, it's okay.
I don't think Newcastle will be looking at him anymore.
No. I can see him going to a Watford or a relegated Watford, or Watford, sorry. But I can't see him being signed up by Brighton or, anyone at that level, next level up from that, if you like, in the Prem.
Maybe.
The only thing I'd say about that, Paul, look at Dan Burn. Dan Burn has now gone from Brighton for £13 million
crazy,
to Newcastle. Who would have thought that?
Oh, yeah.
He played out of his skin, and he for him as well.
Yeah, but Newcastle are signing anybody, aren't they? There's a thing, it feels like desperation. I mean, they signed Chris Woods, didn't they?
And that was another 13 million or something, wasn't it? I mean, those two players were loanees for us.
25 million they spent on Chris Wood.
Oh my!
25 was it? No?
Yeah.
It's like Bella as well. We're going to be losing Bella as well. So, does he go back abroad or Championship or?
See, what worries me is we've got all these loan players, obviously, at the moment, and yeah, we're taking a few steps forward with them, but we could take 5 back without them if we don't get the recruitment right again in the summer.
Yeah.
But I've got all good faith in, from what I've seen of Craig in his job so far, I've got good faith in him to do it again, to get it right again, right players in, and, cut the wage bill down, and maybe, I think whenever we've done well in the past, and even when we got promoted, we've never gone and spent loads of money, have we? Anyway, most of the best players I've ever seen down here cost little to nothing.
Yeah.
So there's no reason why we can't kick on and start to compete at the top table.
Question. Sorry, Paul. Question for you. Bearing in mind Sunich is our club record signing, would you keep him, or would you be tempted to cash in?
If somebody wanted him, then I'd be tempted to cash in. If somebody offered, I don't know, 3 or 4 million, maybe.
I mean, Sunich just hasn't done it. He hasn't cut it for me.
When you consider how much he costs, like 6 million,
he's not worth the money we spent.
No way.
I think he's good. He's a good ball winner, and he does cover every blade of grass and puts the effort in, but you expect more ability, don't you, on the ball for 6 million?
That sort of money,
yeah.
I mean, I won't slate him. Like you say, he does put in a shift, but you expect a bit of star quality, but he just hasn't got it, has he?
Like I've said, most of the players that we spent big money on, or I'll say big money for us, have never really been brilliant.
Potter,
yeah.
I mean, you don't hear of him in the squad across the city, do you?
No, he's
left me.
Back in
He's gone.
He's gone. Yeah.
Last 5 minutes.
I think he's working in a hot dog store somewhere.
I mean, obviously, in the Premier League, spent big money at the time on Heskey and David Dunn and Jermaine Pennant, and I'd say when they were actually on the pitch, they were worth it. David Dunn, but unfortunately,
Emma Heskey scored more goals per game for us than any other club he ever played for.
Is that right?
Yeah. His goal ratio for us was better than any other club he played for.
He was with Blackburn, wasn't he, Alan?
Pardon?
Was he with Blackburn?
Who?
That's David Dunn.
David Dunn.
Yeah.
David Dunn. Heskey, we're on about.
Yeah.
My apologies, right.
And
there's a question coming from Mike Woods. Almost everyone that's come in, or his statements actually, followed by a question. Almost everyone that's come in this season has improved under us.
Yeah.
And then what?
They've improved under us when they've come in this season.
Yeah.
So his question is, do you think we should do the same each season?
If we're gonna make progress and finish above 16th, between 16th and 20th, then absolutely, yeah. I mean, we did it. The season we went up under Bruce, we had Bentner and Mwamba and Larson on loan, didn't we? And players like Rowe Fine and Bruno and Gotti, and you know what I mean. All these players. Like maybe at the wrong end of 30, some of them, but you do need them, to get you out of this division. And why not?
Even Andy Cole, we had Andy Cole for a little bit to help us over.
Yeah.
Another one, yeah, absolutely. So I'm all for it. Whatever's going to get us where we want to be, doesn't matter how you do.
To me, I'd be going after Chong now. I'd be looking.
Oh, definitely.
I don't think we'll sign him permanently, but I'd be saying, right, come on, United, give us another season. And well, we saw it at the beginning, didn't we? Didn't set the place on fire to start off with, but as soon as he settled, phenomenal player. And you've people around him, and he'll go on. And he
fits the 3-year plan as well.
But out of all of them, though, the one I would snap your hand off for out of all of them is Hernandez. I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are we talking tech?
Yeah.
We're talking Hernandez. Hernandez is my favourite.
Absolutely.
Out of all the loans,
Yeah, definitely.
You know what? His movement with his legs,
it's class.
You know what? We used to be able to do that when we was young.
Yeah. What, move our legs?
Chong's contract's up in the summer. Is it at Man United? I don't know.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
There was talk of that at one point. I don't know whether he's took an option or not, but I mean, God, if he's out of contract, in theory, at his age, he still can't come on a free, can he? You'd still have to pay a fee, I believe. But
I don't know, Craig. To be honest,
I think
you know what? He's a premier league quality player, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
But it just shows you the difference, though, as well. When you look at Mitrovic, for example, who scored over 31 goals, whatever it is, this season. If Fulham go up, probably get about 5 next season. That's the difference, isn't it, between Championship and the Premier League. And Hernandez, I sit there and I watch Hernandez, and I'm like, how the hell can this guy not get in Norwich's team?
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
You know, but then I suppose when you go up to the Premier League, it's just a completely different kettle of fish, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
But
look at us a few years back, like say we were raving about McSheffrey, and he's meant to step up to the Premier League and out of his depth.
Yeah.
No, I know. There's a lot of players that, you know, good for the Championship, but not quite at Prem level, were they, you know? But,
Yeah.
It's a good.
2 minutes away, ladies and gentlemen, from the last 15 minutes. We have decided what we're going to do tonight. We're just 2 minutes away from it, that's all. 2 minutes.
Okay. It's a good question from Linda Magno. Says, who has been the worst manager to give high wages? Surely that's got to
be Harry Redknapp.
I was going to say it's got to be the one.
He's the only manager to give high wages.
Yeah, probably is. Yeah, in our lifetime.
I mean, right, let's go back to that era, right? Do you think he was just a loose cannon, or did he have a plan?
Yeah, line his pockets.
Yeah, down in Sandbanks. I know, mate. I know where he lives. Don't worry. I know where exactly.
I know where you live.
Why, man?
He's still the last.
It's almost an oligarch.
Yeah.
You know, Nick, he's still the last English manager to win a major trophy.
Is he?
Yeah.
What was that?
Is what, Paul?
He's the last English manager to win a major trophy.
Was that the FA Cup for Pompey?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. We played Portsmouth, yeah.
I mean, I was over the moon when he came in. I'm not going to lie, I was pleased.
Oh, who wasn't?
Yeah, I think we all were.
Good manager, good record of getting teams out of this division.
Yeah.
He was never going to be a long-term solution, obviously, at his age at the time, and even obviously now. But for me, you know, we got rid of him a week after he got his squad together, and I think a lot of them players he probably didn't even want at the time, you know, and a lot of them players were attracted here by Harry Redknapp, and then we got rid of him a week later and brought Steve Cottrell in, who, for me, in my time, he's the worst manager I've ever seen down here.
Yeah.
I think they're close.
I will say one thing.
Gentlemen is still running at 46-7, so it's still neck and neck on whether you think the club is listening now or not. Please do vote, because you know these things.
Michael Woods is bang on here. He gave high wages to get players in, but but not his fault. Blame the board. Absolutely right, 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
they've got to sanction it at the end of the day, haven't they?
Exactly. It's not his money. It's not his money he's spending. It's the club's, isn't it?
He did sign Max Colan.
Yeah,
Harley Dean and Yotta.
Yeah.
Now we probably overpaid them. Who knows? But they're still, you know, they proved their worth. Pardon?
Mark Roberts
as well. Yeah.
Alex Song.
I was waiting for my moment, Chris.
I'll beat you to it.
Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys.
You're on the last 15 now.
We're going to do the last 15 now. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys. This is the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Boylesports and, of course, our good friends, the French polishers and the coffee people.
There's one to edit, Chris.
Oh, no, yeah. Okay.
Right. Today, we were experimenting over the weekend, ladies and gents, and I didn't have a great deal of time to get involved with this. But today we're going to do anything you'll find in your wardrobe. Anything you'll find in your wardrobe. Anything you'll find in your wardrobe and football. Off you go. Oh, anybody got any suggestions?
Mrs.'s boyfriend.
In my wife's wardrobe, it's all 70s clothes. So.
No, what did he say? What did he say?
I said my Mrs.'s boyfriend.
dear.
I can't get fed now for a month.
Anything can you start then? Can I Peter Shirtlift?
Oh, yeah. Yes, yeah.
Well done. What about Brian? What about Brian Cuff? I think Cuff.
Yeah, Brian Cuff. I'm happy with that. Yeah.
Here you go.
Ralph Coates.
Ralph Coates, yeah. Goal hanger.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hang on. Adam Wilkes has woken up. Otter water bottle. Otter water bottle.
Every week got hot.
What about Trevor Hockey?
Yeah. Next door, Jimmy Neighbour. Jeans Beaujolais.
What about Nikolai Sock Madsen?
Sock Madsen, yeah.
Sock Madsen.
What we got, Paul?
Sock Madsen instead of
Sock Madsen.
That's made me hysterically laugh at it.
What about John Rail? John Rail.
Yeah.
Here we go. Actor coat hanger. Dealey had no bow tie.
Dealey had what?
No bow tie.
Dealey had no bow tie.
Tim Sherwood.
Somebody has put far too much thought into that one, I'm afraid.
I know. Kenny jacket.
Yeah, I got that one, yeah.
Yeah, alter coat anchor. We've had that
I
one,
saw
yeah.
coat anchor.
Unglove. Peter Unglove.
Unglove.
Yeah.
You picked that one out there, didn't you?
Oh, no.
It looks like our poll is tied at the moment. 46-46 and 7 don't give a flipping
That only
stuff.
equals 99. Chris, where's the other 1%?
No, I've got one. I've got another
Secret.
one.
Go on.
Steve Nickers.
Steve Vickers, yeah.
He's the best one. He's the best one. Angus McCoat, the Scottish international.
Who's that from, Chris?
That's from Chris Rowe.
Jason Hughes, I like that.
Yeah, we can't read Jason Hughes out.
If I do it really fast. Rivaldino.
I like the way he says that's in his wardrobe.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I could elaborate, but I'm not going to. No. Hold back, Chris. Hold back. Did anybody see the latest protest involving those specific sex objects that are going to be thrown onto the pitch?
Do you know what, mate? I tell you what.
Oh, yeah.
For real?
Joke, Chris, because
Apparently, yeah.
my grandchildren go there, all right? And I don't want them to see that kind of stuff. I don't want them to see that kind of stuff. And if anybody is thinking of doing that, absolutely deluded. And do you know something else, people? Tennis balls. Do you know where tennis balls belong? On a flaming tennis court, not in a football stadium.
I thought you were going to say flipping then.
More to the point as well. I don't know how you're planning on getting those into the stadium. To be fair, if the stewards are stopping at the Tilton Talk, you got that in your pocket. It's going to look a bit weird.
Who are the people doing the search?
Look, I'm all. I promise you, everybody, I am all for the demonstrations, right? But don't compromise our football club. The game was stopped the weekend again, right? Again, it will be reported to the EFL, who love us, who embrace us in Birmingham City. Birmingham City.
This is the winner for me. This has got to be the winner.
Don't give them a chance to fine us, right? Or to make us play behind closed doors, right? Protest. Do you protest outside in the main car park? Leave it there. End of. Right, Paul. Sorry.
Go on, Paul.
Pete Taylor, George wife's friend.
Oh.
Can I just say, I
love it.
I did tweet, and I almost word for word what you've just said about grandchildren and all the rest of it. How do I tell them what that is? And I was assured that it was a hoax.
Yeah, I think it's a hoax.
Yeah, it's a very well-made hoax. It looks real.
90% sure that it is a hoax, right? But oh my God, you know what? It's just descended into stupidity.
Yeah,
and somebody has put that hoax out there. Come and have a chat with me.
It's bad taste.
Come and have a chat with me.
Just say congratulations to the ladies for the weekend. I know they're not doing too well in the league, but fantastic FA Cup result. And Absolutely.
Yeah,
Quarterfinals.
yeah.
Well done, girls. Well done, ladies.
Brilliant.
It was against
The draw been made yet?
Durham, wasn't it? Great group. Was it Durham?
Yeah, it was up at Durham. Wasn't the most, should we say, pleasurable game to watch, but result gained. And yet again, the captain comes onto the show and the captain continues to score. So TTS is definitely rubbing off.
Yeah, I know. Since she's been on, well, look what's happened to the team.
Goal machine, mate.
I know.
Goal machine.
She scored for Ireland as well, didn't she, in the week?
She did, yes, I saw that. Yeah,
She scored for Ireland.
Yeah.
Can we get Stephen Gill in every week for like a 5-minute update on the latest? I was like, you know what? We shouldn't ignore them, should we? They're Birmingham City players. That's it. So
that's right.
You know, can we organise that?
We can ask him. I'm sure we can ask him. Yeah.
I'm sure
anybody's welcome. Yeah.
Just give us like 5 minutes of spiel of ladies' game. I know he loves ladies' game.
Well, we have a phone system.
The burgers were incredible.
Oh, there is some good ones here. Jan, no, I can't say that one. Knickers Butt, I can't say that one either. Troy Genie.
Nice.
Really nice.
Colin Bell Bottoms. Only a few. The George Bell. Phil G String.
No.
Here we go. We know what to do with all those those sex objects that get thrown on the pitch. Here's what we're going to do with them, right? Linda Edna needs some new toys.
Yeah.
I
Make sure the
didn't
batteries are
say-
new, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure the batteries are new.
Yeah, I didn't say that though. Steve Portman says that. I said Steve Portman says that. Cotton socks, Barry tie, strap-on Sanderson.
Who said that?
I just realised I shouldn't have said that one as well. Demonstrations have to be peaceful and respectful. Always.
Yes, of course.
True. It wouldn't surprise me if the refs make bad decisions more so now. I said this about tennis balls and got slated for it, so I'm not saying out now, says Violet.
No, say your piece because like you're allowed to, because you know what, this is democracy. And you're allowed to say what you want to say on this show or anywhere. Right? So say I've said my piece on tennis balls. I think it's just a ridiculous, stupid thing to do.
No, I think you're right.
And what does it do? Interfere with play, the game gets stopped, and you know what? Ridiculous. Like I say, protest, go outside the car park before the game, after the game, it doesn't matter what. When you're in that stadium, girls and boys, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one thing that's got to be on your mind: winning.
See what we did to get Dongate works, or say what we did, what they did at the when the plane going over and everything, all that sort of stuff. That worked a treat, didn't it? And that didn't really match too much. So that's better than throwing tennis balls on the pitch.
Yeah. Jeff Horsefield, Zico Tango.
Horsefield.
Oh God.
Right, okay, the polls have changed, Chris. Oh, it's gone now.
Have they?
The no's have increased. So I'll come up to the second one as soon as I sit back on the back on the screen. But
48% to the no's.
Yeah.
45 as we speak to the yeses.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a swing.
Okay, Craig, can I ask you a question, mate? If we'd have taken this poll maybe 7-8 weeks ago, what do you think the stats would have been?
I can say based on when we went to that, if we did it after that evening, Chris, we'd be talking 98%.
Okay,
into the 90s.
What we've done as a football club, we've reduced the deficit. But what the club hasn't done yet, is increase the trust. And they have to continue to do that. They have to continue to do that so that we can get this. And we're going to run this every single week now, Chris, if that's all right with you.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? We're going to run this now until such time as we can find a satisfying result.
Well, people can still vote even though even when the live shows finish, I believe. So.
I know, mate, but it's the club that are influencing these votes. It's not the people, right? It's the club and the club's attitude and the club's belligerence sometimes to like engage and to not tell us what's going on. Right, so we're looking at 48 no, 45 yes. This time next week. When's the next meeting, Chris?
It's going to be first week in March.
And you're going to it?
I'm going and you're going.
and I'm going to go to it. I'm going to drive from Newtops all the way down into Birmingham for that meeting, right? And please, 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 I'm begging you, I'm imploring you, if you have a question, message me, because I will ask your question and I will give an answer.
We're also being joined from somebody from our group as well, a fan of our group. He's going to join me and you.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
So is it this week then? If you say first week of March, it's March tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's next week. Yeah, pretty sure.
It's next Thursday.
I'll find out the proper dates.
Do you know what, Chris said? Okay, we've got 48% no, 45% yes at the moment, right? If after next week, but I can only ask questions if you message me. I can't just dream up what your questions are. That's impossible, right? If after next week we can get that 48 down and get it, like the disparity, you know, sort of like even 3 or 4 or 5%, yeah? And then we've got to keep chipping and chipping and chipping away until such time as everybody is happy. Well, no, you won't get everybody that's happy.
Yes.
Majority of people that are happy with the communication that's coming from the club and the honesty, right? And that's integrity, and that's what matters so much at the moment to us.
Okay,
Nick, I think Pete Taylor might have the winner, mate.
Go on.
Yeah, I don't know whether he's talking for himself or whether he's actually talking for his missus, but it's Darren and a ton of clothes that I'll never wear again.
What about Denver Bra?
Denver
Yeah,
Bra.
Denver Bra, yeah.
Oh, yes.
What about Pantiani?
There's another good one from Adam as well. Mark Ward, Zrobe. Mark Ward, Zrobe.
Okay.
Like it.
Get it. Nick, it's time to go.
It is time to go, and you know what? This has been. Wow, it is 9 o'clock as well. This has been the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by Boylesports, and of course their friends from the Garrison Coffee Company and M.A.Reilly French Polishing. They're on 07891655085 if you need some French polishing.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what this week's going to bring, but all I have to say at the end of this show is that we stand with the people of Ukraine. Alan, your moment. And we just hope and pray that this stuff sorts itself out, because like nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. My kids, my grandkids, your grandchildren, your aunties, your uncles. We are all at a massive threat level at the moment. And it's so much better to get on. It is so much better to get on. Which is why I pretend to like Chris Browne so much, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we do predictions for Saturday in 30 seconds?
Quickly.
Yeah, because Chris has got to go really.
Yeah.
He's got to go because he's got an appointment.
About an hour ago.
Mark, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1-1. Good draw.
Right.
I'll go 0-0, boring 0-0.
I'm going to go. We're going to lose 1-0, I'm afraid.
I'm going to go 2-1 Blues.
Ollie.
4-1 Blues. 4-1. You won't be laughing this time next week.
Won the last 15 minutes, mate. I promise you.
You won't be laughing next week.
I'll give you a £5 for every goal we score.
Oh, looking forward to it.
Alan?
3-2. After being 2-1 down with 10 minutes to go.
Or 2-0 down, winning 3-2.
I'll go for 1-1.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so the poll has finished at no's 47, so the yeses at 44, don't cares at 9. We're going to carry that on for the next few weeks. And please, I'm begging you, because the meeting is next week, message me if you want a question asked, right? And I promise you, wholeheartedly, that question will be asked, all right? And I'll come back on the show and I'll give you an answer. Ladies and gents, this has been the Tilton Talk Show Monday on the very last day of February. Ladies and gents, it's March tomorrow, so it should be getting a little bit warmer soon. From the one and only Mr. Paul Hipkiss.
Pleasure as always. Keep right on and good night.
And everybody take care, my friend. And from Ollie.
Good evening.
Where you going? It's goodbye. And the old mate Mark Adams.
Have a great week, everybody. Stay safe.
See you again soon, dude. I miss these days, like, and I am literally going to fall asleep in about 6 minutes time, mate. I promise you. Chairman of the board, the one and only Mr. Alan Watto.
Bye, everybody. God bless you all.
And the good friend Craig Courtney.
Good night, everyone. Watch out for next week's show with the Blues Trust joining us on the fan-led review. Also, I'll be posting a link to have a little bit of a read-up ahead of the show. Don't forget to bring us your questions.
And from the one and only, an amazing person, a lovely guy. Wow, I'm so glad I met you, mate. Mrs. Browne.
What do you mean?
And that's why, ladies and gents, that's why. When his cat used to attack me when we first started this with a plastic microphone between us. This has been the Tilton Talk Show. Stick with the people from Ukraine. Good night. God bless. Take care.
Good night.
And keep rocking.
Good night.
We are the lads from Tilton.